burrito. So simple and so delicious. We're starting with our bacon. I've already started to put some baking, and I'm using Kroger Simple Truth bacon. It has none of that junk in it, so we're using some really good bacon here. I'm going to give it a toss. I have this going. I don't put it on a high heat because when you put bacon on a high heat, you've got grease splattering everywhere and it makes a huge mess. You cook it on a lower heat, it stays flat. And here's another key. Take cold bacon and put it in a cold pan and bring the heat up to speed. And that way your bacon stays nice and flat and it doesn't curl up on you. So I'm turning my bacon over, and I've got a little trick here. I take some cracked black pepper and put that on the bacon. Those of you that like a little zip, little zing, and since we're doing a burrito, put a little bacon on that. And I've got a special spice. This is seasonest, and this is a delicious spice, not a lot of salt in here. And so we're going to sprinkle a little seasonest on our bacon. So we're giving it extra flavor. This is going to be so delicious. You're going to wonderfully just enjoy those taste buds as they jump around in your mouth. I'm heating up my pan for my eggs, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to scramble my eggs almost like an omelet, so we can fold all this into the burrito and just kind of use it like a nice little delicious sandwich. But we've got a special treat to go in this burrito today. We're going to use pimento cheese instead of regular spreading cheese. It's going to give it a little kick that you're going to sure to enjoy. So let's watch our bacon. What I've got is a paper towel, and I'm going to make sure I drain the bacon really well once that gets ready. So I'm going to turn the bacon down just a little bit so we can get that crisped up really nice, and we're going to start with our eggs. Now, if you want to get really fancy with the eggs, you can take that egg and you can crack it with one hand, and look, I just did, oh my gosh. But the good thing about it is you can take it out. Let me try it again. Practice makes perfect. Ha-ha! There you go. Now, a lot of times people put milk and water into their egg mixture. You don't really need to do all that. It actually doesn't really add anything special. It just makes it milkier or more watery. And so what I do is I whip it up, get it all whipped up like that. That way I get a nice, and I'm not going to put any seasoning in here because my bacon is loaded with flavor. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Yeah, baby. So we've got that going. We've got our seasonings on our bacon. And I've got my little napkin here to absorb the grease from the bacon. I'm going to give it a little check. We want our bacon nice and crispy. I love my bacon nice and crispy. I do not like wubbery. I call it wubbery bacon. No wubbery bacon for me. Nice and crispy. And I've got the stove on for my eggs. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up a little onion. This is an extra sharp knife. This is a Wuspoff. And thanks to Charlie for this wonderful birthday gift, this knife, I thank you so much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rough chop an onion. And I'm going to watch my fingers because these knives are super, super, super sharp. I learned that the hard way. And just throw the onion in here, get that going, turn the heat up a little bit. I always wanted to do this when I was a kid. Flip, 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 flip. I love doing that. My bacon's ready, and I got my paper towel. I'm going to sit it on top of my board, my cooking board, and I'm just going to take the bacon out. Flip it one more time. There you go. Lay that bacon down. And sit it in the sink and let it cool down. Do not pour bacon grease down your sink. I'm sitting that in the sink so it can cool down and not be in the way, and I don't get third-degree burns. We don't want third-degree burns. So back to the onions. We're going to caramelize the onions. Now sometimes if you add a little salt to your onion, it'll help it cook down a little quicker, but we don't want to add any more salt to our dish than we really need to. So this burrito is working its way. I'm going to add some spinach, and we got that spinach going into this, and you know, spinach wilts really quick. This spinach has been washed, and you know, they do all that processing at the plant, they wash it, but let me tell you something, I always wash it again myself, because who do I trust more? Me. So I'm washing my spinach, and it's going to wilt down, and I'm going to cook that real quick. Now this is like great because you know what, you impress your friends when they come over and they go, what do you got for breakfast? And then you can just grab things out of the refrigerator. You can grab your spinach, your cheese, you can use bacon, you can use sausage, onions, bell peppers. You can even put potato inside of your burrito. Like a hash brown type potato with a salsa and a cheese. I'm making you hungry, aren't I? Delicious. Okay, so now we're wilting. And I'm checking my stove here to make sure I don't burn myself to death. And you notice how fast that wilts down? We've got that wilting down. I'm in a non-stick pan here, but it has a different type of ceramic type coating on it to where I don't need a non-stick cook utensil. So I can try to hit this and it's not going to do anything. And you can get these pans at most of your grocery stores. So what I'm doing is I'm cooking that up, we've got it going on, and I can smell it. Oh, that smells so delicious. I'm so hungry. Now, we've got all that going, and while that's going, I'm going to do a little cleanup here. It's always good to clean up while you cook, that way you don't end up with a huge giant mess in your kitchen, and then you're eating and your kitchen is just nice and still clean, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to take my bacon and I'm going to turn it over. I've got it all drained, and I'm going to do some chopping. Just a rough chop on my bacon. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to wrap this up in a burrito, and it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. So got that going, and just before you put it in, give it another whip. Okay. There you go. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. Into the sink. My sink is like my trash can, and then I get everything out and I throw it away later and wipe out the sink, and there you go. And it's fantastic because it's an easy way to do things. Keep it in one spot. So there you go. Look at that. Look at that egg. And your spinach. Look at that, isn't that great? Wonderful. All right. Now we've got all that in. We've got our rough chopped bacon. We're going to pop that bacon on top. Now look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? This is all going to go wrapped up in a nice burrito. I'm turning the heat off now. We don't need any more heat. I'm going to put all this stuff away because we're going to keep our kitchen in order. Secret ingredient, pimento cheese. Yes, trust me. This is going to be delicious. Now remember, pimento cheese is much stronger than just your mild cheddar or your sharp cheddar because it has those pimentos and those extra ingredients in it to add flavor. Let's get that off the heat, turn that off, and we're going to heat up a burrito. A lot of people are intimidated by burritos because they do not want to roll them up. Easy breezy. Take your burrito, stick it in the microwave. Nice clean microwave, might I add. In just a few minutes, and we're going to roll it up, and it's going to look just fantastic. I'm going to get a great bowl here. Let's see. Since we're going to do a little fiesta, green. Got us a little fiesta going. Our egg is done. Everything's nice and crispy and crunchy. Our spinach is wilted. We've got onions. We've got eggs. We've got bacon, and we've got our egg, not a whole lot of seasoning, and let's not forget we used Celeste seasoning, and that added a little extra kick to our bacon. Now, boom! Look at that. Look at the bubbles in that thing. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to pop that on the plate, add a little pimento cheese, spread it around. Okay. Never overstuff your burrito, because what you're going to end up with is a bunch of junk. It's going to fall apart on you. So just a little bit. Little taco sauce. Just a little bit. It's going to give it such a nice kick. And now, the yummy stuff. There you go. Now here's the fear that everyone has, is rolling the burrito, which is the simplest thing to do. You take one end, you fold it over. The next end, you fold it over. This one's a little bit crunchier because I like my burrito a little more crunchier, but you can have it softer if you want. Roll it like that. Okay, now pull. See? Pull over, pull in, and roll. And where's my knife? I'll grab a new knife. I kind of gave that one a heave-ho. And we're going to give it a nice cut. I'm going to use my cutting board to cut this so I can get a nice, beautiful cut. Ah, there we go. And look. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm pulling it apart here, but look at that. Delicious. One delicious breakfast burrito, nice and easy, didn't take any time. Use the ingredients that you have in your kitchen. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Take a little bacon, a little sausage, a little onions, a little spinach, a little this. You can even use zucchini. And this is absolutely delicious. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my God. You gotta try it. Stay tuned. Next time. Cooking with Caspino, because we're going to have something extra special for you, as always. But this is really good. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon on Cooking with Caspino.